Welcome to this new video in which we'll understand the concept of piecewise defined functions through an application which is a real-life application. So let's start. A museum charges $5 per person for a guided tour with a group of 1 to 10 people, or a fixed $50 fee for a group of 10 or more people. The first question is, write a piecewise function relating the number of people x to the cost c of x. So our goal here is to write our function c of x. And as you can see, the cost depends on the number of people. So from 1 to 10, you will pay $5 per person. But for a group of 10 or more people, you're gonna pay a fixed cost of $50. So we'll differentiate these two cases. So the c of x will be equal, we'll find the expression later, but we have two intervals at least for x. So if x is between 1 and 10, okay, and for x greater than 10, okay. So what is the expression if x is between 1 and 10? It's very simple. You're gonna pay $5 per person for this interval. So the total cost will be 5 times the number of people, which is x. So it's 5x. But if x is greater than 10, we'll see later what happens at 10, okay? But if x is greater than 10, you're gonna pay a fixed cost of $50. So the cost will be 50, okay? Which is a constant function, okay? Now, what happens at 10? We'll put the equality here or here. In this case, it's the same thing, okay? Because at x equals 10, 5 times 10 gives 50, and you can, of course, keep the equality here, put it here, or put both, okay? In this case, there is a continuous point, which is at x equals 10, okay? So this is the function c of x. The second question is graph c of x. And to graph a piecewise defined function, it's very simple. You take the expression of the function on each interval and you graph it on this interval, okay? So let's start. I will change my background just to get a grid here, to be able to graph this function. So I will put a coordinate system, okay? We have x between 1 and 10 and x greater than 10. So each unit here represents 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 10 is here, okay? So we have two different intervals. Let's separate them with a dashed line, okay? So you're gonna work on the first interval, which is 1, 10, okay? And then for x greater than 10. From 1 to 10, you have c of x, which is 5x. So for x equals, so let's put here a scale which works fine with us. So here, so let's take 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60, okay? So we can't draw for 1 because the 5, no, we can draw it, okay? So for x equals 1, the output c of x is 5. So we have a first point here, okay? And for x equals 10, it's gonna be 50. So the point will be here, and we have a linear function, so the graph will be a line, okay? So let's draw this first line from 1 to 10. Sorry. And then we're gonna draw the second part of the function, which is for x greater than 10. So in this part, we're gonna draw the constant function c of x equals 50, and you know that a constant function is represented by a horizontal line. So it's gonna be a horizontal line starting from x equals 10. And you see clearly that we have a linear part, which is this first part from 1 to 10, and then a constant part, which is also linear, between 10 and infinity, okay? So this is x, the x-axis, and this is c of x. So each time you have a piecewise defined function, you draw your expression on this specified interval. Okay? Thank you for your attention and see you in the next video.